Hello, my name is Lee Rivas, and I'll be explaining the biological mechanisms behind food enjoyments of food. Throughout my presentation, I would like for you guys to think, how could the way we eat affect our bodies? Starting out with my outline, in my presentation, I'll be focusing what research methods I used for my topic, what 3 levels of analysis I used, and at the end, we'll tie it off with a conclusion. A research method I decided to use is fMRI because I would want to focus on measuring specific brain activities that show different interactions from senses with food. So how could fMRI demonstrate brain activity with food? Well, in the case study, uses fMRI to show brain activity in the medial frontal cortex when encountering food odors. The participants were shown food images with odor or no odor. Starting off my first level analysis, I decided to use a neuroanatomical. How would parts of the brain be affected by food? In case study shows that food aromas stimulate parts of the amygdala and the hippocampus. Food images with odor shows that there is an increased amount of brain activity compared with non-food odor. Connecting this with food enjoyment, enjoying eating food can stimulate parts of the brain such as the amygdala and the hippocampus. On to the next level of the analysis, I also used neurochemical. How would dopamine impact food enjoyment? In BARF study shows predictions of dopamine gene expression can alter eating behaviors. The gene expression is predominantly shown in the prefrontal cortex. Different levels of dopamine can affect the enjoyment of food and behaviors of food if one can eat little or less. My last level of analysis, I'll be talking about whole body systems. How would food interact with the brain and the body? In the Garcia and Morse study explores the relationship between the food, mood, and the role of gut microbes. The results from the study show that different types of diets and food groups impacts mental health and gut health. For example, dairy foods associate with lower risk of depressive symptoms, and having a high fiber diet can improve immune and inflammatory biomarkers, which is linked to the gut-brain axis. While this might not be directly connected to food enjoyments, the types of food that we do eat can impact on our moods and health. In conclusion, there are different factors of food enjoyment, such as brain stimulations, different levels of dopamine, and different diets and food groups. All are factors of whether we enjoy our foods and impact on what we eat.